Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson, and I'm here with Will Cooper from the law firm of Crowell, Gillis and Cooper. Today we're talking all about auto accidents. Welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
Good to be here. I'm doing great.
So what should I do if I'm injured in an accident? What's the first thing that I need to do?
Well, the first thing you need to do is call the police and get an accident report. Second thing you need to do is make sure that all the witnesses to that accident are documented on that accident report. And then the next thing you need to do is you're going to be contacted by an insurance company, and they're going to want a statement first thing, and it's always wise to have an attorney present for that statement.
Interesting. When they call or when they're coming to do the statement?
Well, they will actually ask you to submit to a statement, typically telephonic. So when they ask for that, you probably need to say, well, I probably need to have an attorney present, because that's where they try to determine liability.
Oh, okay.
Fault.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you about. How do we determine who's at fault? Is it the lawyers? Is it the insurance? Is it us? Is it the police? Because there are so many factors when it comes to this.
You're correct. So the accident report does play a role, because it is supposed to list the facts of the accident. The law enforcement officer does not put an opinion in the report. He will just put the facts as they are relayed to him, since he didn't witness the accident.
Yes.
So then at that point, it's between the adjuster, the lawyer, and and then ultimately, if you have to try the case, the jury.
Oh, really? Sometimes it goes to a jury?
Oh, yeah. So, if you have to try a case because you're injured and you can't reach a settlement, then the jury's the one that determines fault.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Does the jury just come up with a number, or are they given stats in past cases? Or it's something that I've always been interested about, because you see these huge ads saying, I got you $2 million.
Right.
I'm like, for what?
So Mississippi is a comparative fault state, meaning that the plaintiff could be 40% at fault and the defendant 60, and what you do is you prorate those damages. So the way it is determined with a jury is literally through argument and proof, and the jury decides, okay, the plaintiff was 50% at fault, the defendant was 50% at fault, and in that case, in a $100,000 reward, the plaintiff only gets $50,000, his pro rata share.
Pro rata with the lawyers?
No, pro rata of what the jury determined is the fault. Oh. So 50% of the fault, $100,000 damage, his reward is only $50,000.
I understand now. All right, but so if we were to go to court, one of the things that I have often thought about when I do these type of interviews is, how long does this process take? Can it be several years, or is it within the year? Because if you're injured and not at work, what are you going to do? Yeah,
well, so the first thing is, once you're injured and your case is proceeding, the insurance company is not even going to talk to you until you reach what's called maximum medical improvement, till you're ready to go back to work or you're through treating. At that point, you start trying to negotiate with the insurance company. If you're not working, then you have a claim for lost wages in the trial.
But you're out of pocket up until then.
Exactly.
Unless you have some type of insurance that covers all of that.
That's correct.
Okay, after I have the accident, Mr. Cooper, how long do I have to file the actual suit?
In Mississippi, in an automobile accident just against another individual, it's a 3-year statute of limitations. If it is against a governmental entity, it's only a 1-year statute.
Okay, now when you say government entity, so let's break that down. Are you talking like a council working truck, a rubbish cleaning service, those type of things?
Say, for example, you had an accident and it involved a city truck, and you had to pursue the city. That is a governmental entity, a political subdivision. You only have 1 year. 1 year,
3-year private, 1 year for a government.
Correct.
Okay, what happens if you decide, well, this is all just too much, I'm just going to cut my losses and walk away? Not such a wise thing, is it?
No, it's not, especially if you've been injured. And what we try to do as attorneys is we try to get it in a posture to settle the case quickly as possible, where you don't have to go to trial.
Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Cooper. We
Thank
appreciate you. If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you. The law firm of Crowell, Gillis and Cooper.